Hello there, guys. Whew.
I spent years of my life letting everyone else around me control my narrative, control my story, control my life, tell me who am I supposed to be. But as I grow and grow and grow and continue to grow, I realized that I just want to do what I want. I want to do what Sienna wants. So I'm going to do what I want. And this is my story.
It is 30, I don't know if I can even see it, but it's 30 degrees outside. I'm at the beach, obviously you can see that. And today we're going to talk about doing things alone. As you know, if you watch this channel, you know that I'm the queen of doing things alone. I'm constantly doing things alone. But I always wasn't like this. I had to grow into this, and I feel like a million people, I feel like, and it's now day and age. Well, I feel like at this point of their lives, if you're like similar in my age or you're watching me, you're kind of in the space right now where you're kind of like, damn, I want to do stuff. I want to do stuff. And that's today's video, what today's video is going to be about. As humans, we always have that need. I think it's human need. That same thing is like wolves. So we have to move in packs. But to a certain point, I feel as though we got to stop doing that. We got to stop. We got to stop. I'm not saying that I don't love to hang out with people or even love hanging out with people sometimes more if I would have hanged out with myself. But it's the thing of like, I feel like when you start to learn how to be comfortable with yourself and hanging out with yourself, you start to gather more and more things. Kind of like a domino effect. You know what I mean? So I just want to give some backstory. Obviously, I'm going to be giving advice. And here's the thing, you never want to take advice from a bitch that never been through shit. What you want to take advice for a girl that never has had to go through something to make her do this. So we're going to talk about what I get into. Okay. All of my life I have had friendships, friend groups, everything. Every you could ever imagine, I have had it. And so when I was younger, I always used to be like that friend. I used to be the child that used to be like, oh, my friend, I want to give you her number. I used to be that. I have always been a ride or die since day one. I can meet you for one day and we have a solid conversation. In my head, I'm thinking, girl, I will ride to hell and back about you. Because I am that person where I open up, at least open up my loyalty or passion to everybody else. I mean, I open up my personality, my true personality and all those things, and I'm really trying to work towards that. Well, no, I'm really not right now, but I am someone that like, I instantly connect with people where even if it's not mutual, I connect, point blank period. And like there were several situations as a kid that like I literally went, I need to stop doing this. I need to start connecting so quick because every single time it has bit me in the ass. I need to stop overdoing it, overgoing, and be able to match energy. And that's something I'm still continuing to learn today is how to match energy. And I think it's gonna be a little bit, you know, trial and error. But it's also that thing of like, which is the biggest problem, is that when you're trying to, you know, get an identity, kind of stand on business, have morals, blah blah blah, you're in school. I feel like you do not get to be able to be like, okay, I'm fully in control of my life. I can choose who I want to be friends with. I'm no longer in peer pressure to be constantly friends with people that I do not want to be friends with. I'm fine with letting people go until you get to college. And even certain colleges feel like high school, so not even those colleges, but regular college, that's what your first experience of being like, I can choose the friends and I can lose the friends that I do not, that no longer align with me. But during this time, I was not in that place. I was in 6th grade. I was in 6th grade by this point. And I had this friend group. Mind you, this is COVID. I am a 2008 baby. I am a COVID 6th grade type of kid. I am class of 2026. So like when I was in halfway through, like the spring, I think like early spring semester, this was around March, you know, we got news that we we're gonna take off for 2 weeks. 2 weeks obviously became damn near 2 years, honestly. And during this friend group, it already had a friend group split. So at this point, it's already just the only people in this group chat right now is me, we're gonna call her K and S. There's only 3 people, me, K, and S. And I constantly was asking K and S to hang out. Although it was going COVID, but we as kids, we're 6th graders, we don't understand what COVID is. We don't know what COVID, we don't know what COVID is. COVID doesn't, COVID does not exist to us. It doesn't matter. So I was just like, y'all, let's hang out, let's do something, let's hang out. Like no matter, like, I'm not saying anything specific, I'm just like, hey, let's just hang out. And every single time they either had a birthday or some type of plan for that weekend, I was asking to hang out. And then for whatever reason, I don't know, they kept on uploading old pictures or whatever, but for whatever reason, when the weekend comes, I see these two bitches in fucking Atlantic City. So here I am begging y'all to hang out, and y'all constantly tell me y'all have something to do, Then I see on your story you're hanging out with a different girl. So now y'all create a whole new trio. That's the gag now. Now y'all create a whole new trio after a bitch has been asking y'all to hang out. I think that happened at least maybe like 3 or 4 times. So finally at a point I was like, hey, yo, fuck this. The last time I saw the photo of them hanging out, I was like, okay, bet, fuck this. And I never responded to the group chat ever since. And it was like a week, 2 weeks. And that's when I realized that, like, during those couple of days or however long it was when they wasn't texting the group chat, because obviously I was the one carrying the conversation in the group chat, whatever the fuck, it was kind of radio silence. Maybe they did throw a couple texts in there that I just ignored, I don't know. But it's one of those things, like, I build RICO cases, and once you hit that RICO case moment, that one thing where I close the page is forever closed. So literally after that I was like, I'm done. I need to learn how to do stuff on my own. And some people had, hype house. I did have hype house on my thing. Some people had dancing. Some people had so many things on their TikTok during COVID and quarantine. What I had was a mix of everything, but I also got onto the side of self-improvement, self-love. Sorry, just making sure nobody's behind me. All those just on your self-growth and love journey, and I really took that the storm. And I just remember just like the new concept coming around of just doing things on your own. And so that's how I got to here. Well, I'm at the beach by myself right now, where I have a drumstick, triple chocolate, king size, and then a Nutella bar. And I'm sitting on the beach talking to a camera by myself. Obviously, the camera probably had to build up a little confidence, but I do stuff by myself. You watch my whole entire channel, it's me doing things on myself. And it's not a thing now. I'm no longer friends with those friends, obviously. But I think it was a thing where it continued to me. What made me continue to want to continue to do things by myself is continuing having friends where you're in high school, you're in middle school, like, you're not gonna have the friends that you exactly want, because at the end of the day, you're gonna pick the friends you want. It's better to be in a group than be a loner, you know what I mean? And so I constantly have friends where, like, I have a whole different side of me where I like to do certain stuff, and I didn't have the friends that aligned with that, or maybe I asked them to do that, but then after a while I noticed I kept on begging them to do it, and I was just like, hey, yo, you know what, forget it. And at a certain point, because of the work that I did during COVID, I was like, hey, I'm about to get back into doing things by myself. And then I got a car, and then everything just skyrocketed. And I'm here to tell you how to do that. The biggest thing about starting to go out and do things by yourself is going to somewhere familiar. For me, when I was younger, obviously this was during COVID, so I couldn't go in, and also I was in 6th grade, I couldn't have drive or anything. So what I did is, in my town, we have like this little plaza that has just like little stores like Ulta, a boba shop, Applebee's, like where all the middle school kids go to ransack it. Maybe yours is a mall, maybe yours is a park, I don't know. But since I was so familiar with the place, I remember I made up a lot. Obviously, this was during the time where I kind of was antisocial. And I knew if I told my mom, "Can you drop me off at the boardwalk?" The plaza, she would be like, "Girl, no, I'm not dropping you off just for you to walk around by yourself. I'm not doing that." So obviously, I had to create up a line, be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be my friends there, blah blah blah." And I actually just walked around the whole entire time by myself, and then I just felt like. I felt good. I think a large part of me liking to hang out by myself is really because I had nobody to put up an act for. I'm with Sienna. I only have to worry about Sienna. I don't have to worry about being on autopilot. I don't have to worry about anything like that. All I have to be is Sienna. And I feel like you need to start off, if you've never done it before, and if you do not have a car or whatever, just going somewhere that is so familiar, somewhere small, someone's close, somewhere that you can just go for something that's just familiar, that maybe you can spend 30 minutes to an hour or however long there, that just you have been here multiple times, that you know your way around, and you know what to do with or without people. And I think as you start there, you get slowly more comfortable, you find different things. Maybe you have a car now, so you want to go different things. That's how I feel like you start off small and someone that's familiar, and then you build up the curves to do more things. And also, not everything everything has to be outside. Not everything has to do outside. Something as simple as having a movie night with yourself. Maybe cooking yourself a little dinner. Maybe just reading a book by yourself. Just doing things that you usually wouldn't do because you're kind of finding other things to do or whatever. Doing things that you enjoy but do not do often as a form of doing it by yourself. I know I said things about going outside, but you can do it. Something as simple as a movie night by yourself in your living room, just for yourself. Even with everybody's upstairs, you sitting there and taking that time for yourself. And I feel like when you do those things by yourself, it comes a turmoil where you become more confident within yourself. You learn yourself because you're around yourself. Obviously, you don't want to become to where you're kind of constantly closed off or anything like that. But I feel like as you learn to be comfortable by yourself, you constantly learn new things about yourself, and just like continue to be connected more with yourself. That at the end of the day leads to self-growth and self-worth. See, as I started doing things more and more by myself, I learned that I love doing things by myself. I love spending time with myself. I love getting to know Sienna constantly more and more, because each time I'm learning something new. You learn something new every single day, and I feel like just taking those little steps during COVID, I would have never known that was going to be the rampage of my self-discovery, growth and all that. And that today is, I'm not the same person I was when I was in 6th grade. I'm not the same personality that I thought I was in 6th grade. I have learned so many lessons during 6th grade, but that doesn't mean I have used them in real life. But it's the same that build that whole entire COVID era laid the train tracks for the train that I am hopping on and off of today. And I hope you guys just like today's video, and I hope that you can maybe just use my advice a little bit. And I hope that you guys like today's video. And yeah, so hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you like today's video, and mwah.